Hey peoples, so check this out. Did a lot of research last night. So this whole fog thing that's going on started to become more concerning to me when I realized people are getting sick from it. So I started keeping track of the symptoms that people are having, maybe a distinct smell. And I need y'all to really run with this information because I feel like the Lord is taking me down a rabbit hole, and it's not good. So I started researching where the fog is, and then I started researching what the symptoms, these negative health symptoms people are having from this fog. And it's headaches, diarrhea, vomiting, bad stomach cramps, increased heart rate, hard to breathe, heavy coughing. And then it has the smell of sulfur, like fireworks, like burnt fireworks, like rotten eggs. So I'm looking online, what kind of chemical through human exposure would cause these kind of symptoms. And this is where I run into a very particular chemical that fits every single one of those descriptions. Hydrogen sulfide. And then it gets worse. This is gonna get worse. Then you look, a friend of mine ran radar maps down on the Gulf of Mexico. I look up what creates hydrogen sulfide, what processing creates hydrogen sulfide. And it's an oil refinery byproduct. It's created at an oil rig. So then I look, where are the oil rigs? There's two of them in the Gulf of Mexico. And there's people pulling up radar maps of plumes, something coming off, almost like these trails, these checkerboard trails they put in the skies. We'll leave the main word alone so that we bypass the algorithm on that one. You know what I'm talking about. They checkerboard our skies. It's kind of like that. It looks like a cloud making machine. You can see the plumes of chemical cloud, fumes, whatever, coming off the top of these two things. And they're headed right towards the East Coast, which would be exactly the very origin needed to be the birthplace of a fog. This hydrogen sulfide will hang low to the ground, depending on what the ppm levels are per square foot. And I believe that anything over 2 ppms of hydrogen sulfide starts to create those negative symptoms. Triggers an autoimmune response. It's gonna make you run to the doctor. It's gonna weaken your immune system. We have to look into this now. This is no joke. We have to look into these two oil refineries that are in the Gulf of Mexico that are putting out hydrogen sulfide. We need to figure out who owns the two oil rigs. Find these two oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. Find these two rigs. Find out who owns them. I'm not going to be surprised to find out it's BlackRock. I'm telling you now, Larry Fink hates Donald Trump. He hates him. So the biggest thing we have to find out now is go do the research on everything I just said so you can trust my words. Then secondly, find the same radar data maps that show these two plumes coming off these oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. And thirdly, then find out who owns them. Let's get to the bottom of this. I love you all. Don't be naive. Don't be willfully ignorant. This is the wrong time for that. Get to the truth. You can handle it. I love you, my peoples.